you clicked on this video, it's probably because you want to learn about the 3 pillars, what they are and how you can utilize them for your YouTube channel or even your business. I myself have been doing YouTube for nearly 13 years and I've grown 2 of my channels to over 10 million subscribers. I've put out almost 5,000 videos, and the 3 pillars are the 3 most important things that I think a creator has to focus on in order to properly grow. The 3 pillars acts as the 3 puzzle pieces that you need to focus on in order to grow. It acts as a flywheel for your growth, and they all connect to each other. So if one of the pieces are missing, then you might not be getting views and you might not be growing. So first, let's face a fact. You need views to grow. Views. That is the middle of the 3 pillars. That is the result of applying the 3 pillars. Everything in life needs views, attention in order to grow. If you start a company selling t-shirts, you're gonna need views or attention in order to sell those t-shirts. If you start a charity organization, you're gonna need views or attention in order to raise donations. Or if you're starting a plumbing business, a movie theater, a TV show, whatever it is, you need attention to grow, to get customers, to get business, and to sustain your future. And of course, if you want to grow a YouTube channel, you need views in order to get subscribers, in order to have people that want to watch your videos. So one of the first pieces of the 3 pillars is your audience. So now we understand that without audience, you are 0. If you have a coffee shop and you have no customers, you have no audience, you can't sell any coffee. If you have a YouTube channel but you have no viewership, you don't have the audience and you can't continue to grow. So with that being said, that would mean that your audience is your most valuable asset. The most important piece of your YouTube channel is your audience, not your videos. A lot of creators, including myself, for years, I would obsess over the videos that I wanted to make and not the audience that was watching them. I would also think to myself, man, if I post this video, how many subscribers am I gonna get? How many views am I gonna get? And that was the wrong way to look at it. Instead, I should be asking myself, how can I make the audience feel in this video? What kind of emotions will they feel? What kind of story are they gonna tell their friends after they watch my video? And the first step to doing that is simply falling in love with your audience. Falling in love with the people that watch your videos and actually caring about them. Because when you care about something, you tend to learn about something. And once I started caring for my audience and I was just obsessed with what they wanted to see, my channel started exploding. I stopped being selfish. I stopped focusing on myself and the videos that I wanted to produce, and I started pumping out videos that my audience really wanted. Now, of course, what I'm explaining to you was a multi-year process. It wasn't like I just flipped the switch one day and I instantly started caring about my audience. It took months and months to do this. It wasn't just an instant thing, but you need to start focusing on the people that watch your videos, because like we just talked about, without your audience, you're 0. So they should be your main focus. When I was growing my YouTube channel from 0 to 1 million subscribers, one of the biggest problems I had was creativity. Being a content creator is all about being creative, but sometimes it's hard and ideas are messy, unorganized, all over the place. So that's why I developed Blueprint. Think of your Blueprint as your brain as a content creator. This is a place where you can store and organize all of your video ideas, your content calendar, your release dates, your filming dates, your video scripts, your thumbnails, all connected in one place. Me and my team built this as a tool that we could use for our YouTube channels, but now it's time to share it with the world. And the best part about it is that it's 100% free. You can make an account today, right now, using this link right here, or check the link in the top of the description. I promise you'll love it. The other super important thing about audience is to make sure you're authentic with your audience. You're being yourself, you're being real, because to be honest, people can smell the BS right through the camera. Trust me. The biggest advantage I had on my YouTube channels when I was growing them was being myself. Because if you think about it, if you're truly your authentic self, and when the camera stops rolling, you're the same person that you go hang out with your friends and family, then there is no competition, because no one can compete with you on being you. And that's why it's called YouTube. It's about you, my friend. So you have to be yourself in your videos. And when you are your true self, you become very authentic to your audience, and they build a lot of trust around that. They build connection around that. They want to come back and see your other videos. Now, of course, audience goes a lot deeper. If I'm being honest, I could talk about audience for hours, and that's exactly why we have our Blueprint University program. It's over 10 hours of education specifically about how to grow a YouTube channel. And we touch on focusing on your audience, not just in your videos, but in your titles, your thumbnails, your editing, your scripting, your video ideas, everything. So if you're interested in Blueprint University, definitely check the link in the top of the description. Pillar number 2 is about being different. When I was growing my channels, I was super focused on my audience, just like I mentioned. I kept posting videos for years, and I was over 3 years into making videos, and I still haven't hit a viral video. And I couldn't figure it out. And the main conclusion that I came to is that my videos weren't different enough. I was focused on my audience. I was making good content, but a lot of my videos were copied and pasted from other YouTubers in my category of content. So the obvious answer is I started to focus on different video ideas. I was focused on my audience and what they wanted to see, but I was also focused on delivering them something different, something they haven't seen before, because the reality is YouTube, social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is a very overcrowded place. Almost everything on the internet has been done before, believe it or not. But after uploading a bunch of videos, I eventually discovered a bunch of things that make my content different. I also found things that made me very funny, which in turn made me different. So I leaned more into those character traits. I found things that made me more creative. I found ideas that my audience enjoyed more, and I kept leaning into all of these different things on my YouTube channel with the mission to make them different than what everyone else was putting out there. If I'm being completely honest with y'all, being different is difficult because you go on YouTube, everything has already been done before. Everything has already been created. But on the flip side, if you keep creating content that's already been made, you're not gonna stand out and be different from the crowd, and you're just not gonna grow. But there is unlimited combinations of ideas that you could combine together and make different. There is ideas out there that you could apply leverage to actually grow them. And these are all things we talk about in Blueprint University. It's all of my blueprints for how I think of viral videos. And I can tell you very, very confidently, whenever I focused on being different, that's when my channel exploded in growth. It didn't just go up a little bit in growth, it went up millions of subscribers in just a year or two. And of course, that growth also had a lot of momentum behind it because of my consistency, which is the next point we're gonna talk about. But in Blueprint University, every single chapter we focus on, from ideas to editing to filming, we focus on ways, all the different ways to make your videos different. Because it's not just about thinking of different video ideas, it's about thinking of different scripts, different thumbnails, different titles, different editing, different personalities, different filming, all of it. You have to stand out amongst the crowd. And the last thing is consistency. I'm gonna explain what consistency is, and then I'm gonna show you how these 3 pillars link together, which is probably one of the most important parts of this video, so stick around. A lot of YouTubers or anyone that sees the word consistency, they think, oh, I have to be consistent with my content. I have to post videos every week or every day. And yes, that is correct, but that's only half of the equation. You're missing the other half. When I started my YouTube channel, I was running track, and some of the fastest guys in our track program were running every single day and every single weekend. So I knew when I started a YouTube channel, I looked up to these guys and I said, wow, these guys are very consistent. They're working out every day, every weekend, every summer in order to be at the top. So if I want to be at the top for my YouTube channels, I got to be consistent. But that's only half of the equation. The other half of consistency is learning about your failures, your mistakes, and finding things to improve in your videos and applying it to your next video. Consistency. Consistency means your last video is now your competition. Your competitors are not your competition. Other YouTubers are not your competition. The last video that you put up on your YouTube channel is now your competition to beat. Now, this is something very easy to understand, but difficult to actually achieve. This touches on one of my favorite quotes from Jim Braun, basically saying, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenges, wish for more wisdom. And if you want those things to become true, consistency is your answer. I want you to look at your last video that you put up on your channel, and I want you to write down 2 or 3, maybe 4 things that you could improve. Maybe it's your intro, maybe it's your thumbnail, maybe it's your filming, and maybe it's your editing. And if you want to get specific about these things, you could get specific about them. Talking about the editing, for example, you could say, wow, I really want to try to make my editing a little more snappy. You write those 2 or 3 things down, and then you apply them to your next video. This is not rocket science. Like I said, it's easy to understand, difficult to achieve. And imagine the results when you're consistent at doing that for years. Because that's exactly what I did. It took me 3.5 years and 574 videos posted to my channel to finally get my first video to 1 million views. And that's all long form content, no shorts. When I started YouTube, shorts did not exist. But here's the powerful thing about the 3 pillars, is that when you block one of these things out, you can find the problem with your channel. So maybe you are very focused, you're very in tune with your audience. You're also very consistent with your content. You're learning from every video, you're doing all the stuff. The problem is you're probably not different enough. Maybe you are very different with your videos. You're also very consistent. You're learning from every video. But you're not growing probably because you're not focused on your audience. Maybe you are focused on your audience. You're very in tune with them. You're also very different, but you're not growing because you haven't been consistent long enough. You haven't been learning enough from your videos, applying them to your next video, and making your videos better and better and better and better. I can almost guarantee you, if you look at any famous YouTuber on the platform right now with more than 10 million subscribers, anyone, it could be Mr. Beast, it could be Dude Perfect, it could be Mark Rober, it could be MKBHD, Casey Neistat, whoever it is, I can almost guarantee you that you can point out these 3 pillars on every single channel. And as the channel grows and gets bigger and bigger and bigger, the creator leans more into these 3 pillars as they grow. And if y'all watching are interested in actually growing a YouTube channel, actually hearing some of the secrets and strategies from myself that have grown multiple channels to over 10 million subscribers, definitely be sure to check out Blueprint University. It's a one-time fee. I tried to make it as cheap as I could. It's around the price of an average concert ticket, and you get lifetime access to everything inside. We go very deep into your audience, into being different, into consistency about your YouTube channel. And the best part about it is that we split it up into 3 difficulty levels, from beginner to intermediate to pro. So even if you haven't started a YouTube channel, it's perfect for you if you want to start on the beginner section. But if you already have 1 million subscribers, you can jump over to the pro section, which is all the things that I focus on today for my YouTube channel that has 18 million subscribers. And we have tons of creators in the program that have over 10 million subscribers, and they have mentioned that they're learning some super valuable things. So check out the link right down there, or you can head over to Blueprint University. And no, we didn't spell blueprint wrong. We actually took out the E because this program is not for everyone. It's only for the people that want to build a freaking YouTube empire. Thank you guys so much.